that are doing with the housing?
I think all I would say is that's a real and immediate issue. You had a mayoral election just 2 weeks ago, which was very much about that sort of stuff, and where you vote on that. To some extent, we take it for granted our members of the European Union because it's been there for 40 years. So we don't really think about what the benefits are. The only thing I just think you should think about.
But there's a lot of speculation, isn't there? A lot of the arguments here are speculations upon a future that isn't completely sure.
All I would just say is that there is no expert body, whether it's international or national, that thinks that we will be economically better off if we leave. You can't find a single one. And if we're worse off, it may not, you may think, well, okay, how's that going to happen? But it will be less money for social housing, it will be less money for colleges, it will be just less money for everything. Now, of course, you can then have an argument with your government about where they're spending the money, and are they spending it on the stuff that matters to you?
Whether the experts are correct in their predictions.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. No, and they're often wrong experts, but it's weird when you don't have any on the other side. You only have. Anyway, so just my final question is, of those of you who are going to vote, who's currently intending to vote Remain, and who's intending to vote Leave? So who's definitely going to vote to stay in the EU? Okay, and who's definitely going to vote to leave? Nobody yet.
I think it's your president.
There's still a lot of people who don't quite understand. Who just getting an understanding of it. Yeah, because the opinion polls have been going since 1977, something like that, at least. Yeah, and the opinion polls are wavering at the moment. And there's some people, especially some of the younger people, who haven't got an understanding of it. Or there are some of the older ones who are just getting.
But ultimately, to some extent, what your colleague was saying, which is that there isn't certainty.
Yeah.
People, whenever I go, people say, "Oh, we need facts. We need facts."
Yeah. Yeah.
And to some extent, because the alternative is unknown, we know what the status quo is. We may like some of it, we may not like some of it. We at least know roughly what it is like. But the future is always uncertain.
So there's a fear factor.
So it is a question of whether you're feeling, like taking a risk on something different, or whether you actually think, no, let's stick with what we've got, even though it's imperfect. And that, I agree with you, is one of what makes it more difficult than normal elections. You don't really know what the alternative is. Anyway, listen, thanks very much for coming. Really, really good. Great questions too.
All right.
Thanks.